Refresher course. This is a 1973 or maybe 1974 Plymouth Duster. We got our hands on it in the episode where Mike and I drove that really cool clapped out 65 D100 truck all the way to Chris Birdsong's. I saw it in the driveway. I said, how much? I think he said 700 bucks. I said, it's ours. And after that, we really wanted to go to a rally school that wasn't Dirtfish, which is our norm. So we went to Rally Ready in Texas, and we had a shootout of me and Dulcich in this versus Finnegan and Newbern in the Camaro that had been on the Faster with Finnegan show. I gotta admit, the Camaro won pretty badly. Might have been a driving skill issue because the Duster is really good. The problem is, Birdsong built this entire thing for us. What did he do? He built this killer grill with no headlights. I love this. This saves the 73, 74 body style. He dropped in a 5.9 liter Magnum engine, which is the 92 and up version of the small block Mopar. It has a stock Mopar 3-speed in it. Unfortunately, the rear end is a 7 1/4, which is like glass. I predict Finnegan breaks it somewhere on this trip, probably early so that he doesn't have to drive the whole rest of the way. Do you even remember this car?
I remember the wheel falling off of this car.
Yeah, that was the most memorable thing about it.
Yeah.
You know what the problem is? I don't feel attached to it because we didn't build it. Yeah, and also, when I drove it, it was really pathetic. So that's another reason why I don't need it.
Mostly that's what it is, right?
My whole plan here is to try and get it back to Chris Birdsong, who actually built the car. So what I want to do is fix everything that we ruined on it when we were at the Texas Rally School, drive it out to the desert, and having a shootout against the Vette Kart. We will be driving the Vette Kart because it's what we do, and Birdsong will be driving this, and if he beats us, we're gonna give him the car back.
That seems fair.
Think so?
Well, it won't be any better than it was before.
Will it feel fair after we spend like 3 days fixing the header, the wheel falling off, the alignment, the seat?
You're almost giving it back to him in the condition that it was when he gave it to us. So
yeah,
that seems fair.
Yeah. The header's gonna be the worst, so do you want to start with that or kind of ignore it?
It's really on your side of the car, so.
No.
I was gonna be like, yeah, I'll put the seat in and, you know, whatever this side needs, but the whole, you know, wheel fell off that side. You cut the header in half on that side. It really wasn't me.
Let's fire it up, see how bad it is, and see if we can tolerate it on the highway the whole way. It's not. Should we check fluids?
Oh, it's got hinges.
Oh, wow. Oh, there's a little all the way at the bottom.
Hey, there's an electric pump.
Oh.
No wonder why it's not working.
Oh, yeah.
You gotta turn that on.
Okay, let me do that. Okay, this one. There we go.
Oh.
That's loud.
Loud.
Too cold.
It's not so loud when it bogs, though.
All right, it runs. We're gonna bypass the header because we're super lazy. Let me make a list of what we need to do. List, Rally Duster, header.
I guess we can do that.
Fixed. Let's see, we need to raise the suspension. We need wheels and tires, passenger seat, remove fuel system or fuel hose.
You bought 2 new headers.
Yeah, we finished that.
Seatbelts?
Ah, seatbelts. Where do you want to start?
Lunch?
There's this pipe that runs right through the middle of the car, and it looks like roll cage, and it has the battery cable attached to it. So I'm gonna cut all these zip ties off and then hack the bar out.
Fixed.
That pipe is designed to run the fuel line all the way through it. What I'm gonna do is put a bolt in this end and then pull the fuel line all the way out the other end. All right, go for it.
All right. Hey, we made it. Look at that.
Now we can cut the pipe out. Okay, we cut that bar out. I think the next thing we have to do is jack the car up because there's a whole bunch of stuff that needs to happen there. Raising the suspension, fixing the wheels and tires. All right, what I'm gonna do here is fix the alignment. Right now, it's set up for circle track racing, which means that the camber on this side is way in like this, because when they turn left and throw the weight this way and flex the suspension this way, it takes the tire from here and sets it up straight so it's got more traction on the ground. There's cam bolts. Right now, they're set so the upper control arm is all the way inboard, which tips that wheel in. I'm gonna set them up so that hopefully it's straight up and down. These are welded. No. Maybe it's like a Freiburger weld and I can just break it. Aha. Aha. Broke right off. Perfect. The torsion bars are like the spring for the front suspension of these Mopars. It's not a coil spring or anything, and you preload them, and that preload raises or lowers the car. Okay, here we go. Okay, that's all the way. I gotta put the wheels back on.
Oh yeah, she's four-wheel now.
I got this tire pretty good.
This one's either turned left or towed out.
The toe's gonna change radically with the adjustment on the control arm. Okay, that sits way better actually. As predicted, I gotta pick the thing up again. I didn't get the camber adjustment right, so they're both in like this. So it's gonna be a little fiddling back and forth. When you're adjusting the camber, you always have to do the toe afterwards because the camber adjustment is gonna affect the toe. Now what do we got? Ooh, this one looks mint.
They're both towed in.
Yeah.
They both got negative camber. It's a race car.
It is.
Oh, look at all that success.
There is a battery bracket on the passenger floor, so I'm gonna go under here and scrape all the mud off because we think it's held on with nuts and bolts. Getting close. Off.
That can't hurt us anymore.
Here we go. We're going to the desert, so I got beefy tires for this thing. The rears are way better than the fronts, but they're all that I could get that would fit. Let's see, this is a Yokohama Geolander AT, and it's a 205 70/15. And it won't even go over the hub. This is the wrong wheel. That looks like small bolt pattern. We're going to the desert. So I got the total wrong wheel for the front. See, this thing has large bolt pattern Mopar on the front, small bolt pattern on the back, and I completely screwed it up because I got the big bolt pattern on the back and the small on the front. This, by the way, is my rear tire that will eventually fit. Let's see. Okay, that fits. Whoa, this is gonna be great. Man, we might be shopping for some new 215s for this thing, for the back.
So right now, climbing in the car, gonna wire up taillights. And when I say taillights, I mean a brake light. Ready?
Uh-huh. Aha! All right, we're set. All we have to do is magnet these to the trunk and we're done.
And no smoke.
We've sort of run out of things to do if we don't have parts, and so what we're gonna do is create our Lexan window, but we're not gonna install it because we still need to like reach into seats and seat belts and stuff like that. I think last thing for the night, I'm gonna finish up this fuel line here, and then we'll be good to go for tomorrow. Done. Let's get out of here.
Another one. Look at that. Look how protective first day was. Look at that.
It really was. That's better than our average. Tomorrow we've got wheels and tires, the seat and belts, and put the window in. Oh, and the header.
We both said at the same time, I think that means we have to do it.
We need to put a passenger seat in this thing because it doesn't have it, and we have new meats, which look really good. Oh, they put white letter out. Ah, I hate white letter out. So this is a Yokohama 205 7015. So that's gonna be the front, and then I got some real meaty stuff for the back. Wait for it. Someone roadkilled this thing bad.
Right now, what I'm doing is taking our new Pro Car rally seats and installing sliding tracks, you know, for comfort.
This is great. They have white wall out on one side, but not on the other. I had mentioned earlier that this tire fell off at the rally school because it had like a hinky adapter on it, and it no longer does. I called Dulcich, and I had forgotten that we removed that there at the school, so that's why this is now working perfectly, but this is not. Here we go, rear tires. You remember this aggressive tire right here that we put on at the rally school? It's nice and meaty. It's a 27 by 9 50/15. The problem with it is it's actually a side-by-side tire, and I don't trust it on the highway, and it's too small. So what we're going to do is install this BFG mud terrain. Now, the advantage of this wheel and tire is that it's way heavier and more guaranteed to break the Weenie 7 1/4 rear axle. It's also much taller. This is a 215 75/15, and I got it on these new wheels, and they have a 5-on-4-inch bolt pattern, so you can bolt them onto a Mopar A body, which typically came from the factory with that small 5-on-4-inch pattern. Let's see. There we go. Will it fit? Yes. All right, done.
Here we go. Seat install. 2 pieces, 2 parts. Sliders bolted to the seat, adapter laid gently on the floor. Then I'm gonna bolt the 2 pieces together to the floor and hope that when I pull the lever, this seat just glides to where it wants to be.
Worked perfectly.
Boom.
Yep. How's it feel? Head really too close to the roof?
A little towel.
Yep.
That's unfortunate.
Yeah. We test fit the seat and then put your head right up against the roof, and so I'm gonna drop this bracket to lower it, and Finnegan's putting the seat belts in.
Seat belts are done. Totally safe. Boom. Sign of quality right here, ready? Safety. Let's go. The thing about this windshield that I didn't notice before is that I don't think it's Lexan. It might actually be plexiglass.
Nearing the end.
You want the good news or the bad news?
What?
The good news is this fits perfect. The bad news is just cracked.
It's kind of what I was worried about. That's why it was melty and stinky and shardy.
We need actual Lexan.
Yeah.
But the really good news is now we have a really good template. Yep.
Okay, perfect.
Look, brand new windshield. This one not only fits, it doesn't shatter because this is polycarbonate, not acrylic. So we'll just get this all buttoned up and then pretty much we're ready to road test tomorrow.
We made it to Bar B's Ranch in the vacation paradise of California City, California. I was gonna say this is gonna be the best day yet, but I had a blast yesterday, full-on riot. But we're gonna have an even bigger deal today, because as you may have noticed by now, we've got a third player, Chris Birdsong.
Hey.
So here's what we're gonna do. We've got a racetrack going on here at Bar B's Ranch. Off-road, lots of mud, lots of ruts, lots of turns. We're gonna have a shootout between these 2 cars. I will be the impartial judge with a stopwatch. You're gonna drive the Vette Kart.
Okay.
You're gonna drive the car that you built. If you win, you're taking the Duster back home.
Oh, you are so not making it back to the pits.
You want the car that much?
Oh, I'm taking it.
Yep.
I was wondering why you said bring an empty trailer.
Now you know. Which, by the way, he towed out here with a 69 Charger RT 440 with a tunnel ramp. So yeah, you got to run for the number. It's going to be strictly off the clock. So you guys have to decide who's going first.
I'm going first.
You are?
Yeah.
All right, that means you'll have a number to beat.
All right.
Yep.
So this is actually a pretty good surprise for me. All I was told was to show up with an empty trailer and a helmet. So I didn't know what they were going to have me drive, but then knowing that I have the chance of taking this home, I am going to. And I'm going to full send this thing just to make sure I take it back.
Barbie's ranch is 50 acres. We've got 10 acres right here of winding up and down rutted desert roads with a whole bunch of brush off to the sides. Not only that, but there's mud in a whole bunch of corners, and the concern there is gonna be you're gonna come into the corner hot with the wheel turned, and you are gonna plow straight off the edge. And what's about to happen is that Finnegan is gonna tear up the course bad because he's going first and the Duster with Birdsong is going second. Are you ready to go?
Got it.
Right now, he's theoretically on a warm-up lap just to sort of learn the track, figure out what he wants to do. I did start timing it just in case it's his best lap, as happens sometimes.
Oh, it's a little tail happy now. This is so fun.
It's his first race lap. Boom.
Oh, no! You're doing great, Finnegan. Keep going.
Oh, no. Oh, I just blew my whole lap. Okay, so this lap is junk.
You think he's got a massive advantage, but I think the Duster is actually good for this.
The one tire fire might come in handy in not looping it.
It could be.
Come on, car. Not a lot of traction.
What's going on? I think he might be gifting you the car.
Come on, car. Keep it together. Oh, no. I cannot see at all.
He doesn't have a helmet with tear-offs. I wonder if he can even see.
Oh, you think that's the problem?
It could be. Maybe he was wiping it.
Okay, got through the mud pit that time, which is nice. Got around that corner pretty good.
You know what's interesting in that last one was 1 minute 56:18. It was 6 seconds slower. It doesn't seem like it's getting better from here, does it?
No.
Oh no, oh no. Off the track. Oh God, that's not good. That was not a good corner at all. That corner is messy, and it's just gonna keep getting worse. Oh no. Oh my God.
Doesn't it sound like it's burbling? I mean, it's got EFI.
Come on, car.
It's running terrible. I think the ignition got wet.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, because he's really not sending it, or like even the RPM's not going anywhere.
Come on, car. The EFI is unhappy, and I've thrown away this lap.
Yeah, he's already at 1 minute 40.
Let's go. Come on. Make it clean. Come on, car.
Okay, that was his best lap, 1 minute 48. Oh, listen to it running at RPM. What's the deal? So Finnegan did run 5 laps. His best one was 1 minute 48.22 seconds. What happened? The whole time that it ran really poorly.
I accidentally hit the battery cutoff, which doesn't actually shut the whole thing off, but I think it was unhappy with that because I think that's on the ground side.
Oh, and so it kept running on the alternator, but with not enough voltage to make the EFI happy.
Yeah, it did not want to rev, which is fine, because to be honest, it's so slippery out there that, you know, more power wasn't going to help me.
Well, that wasn't as glorious as the Vette Kart action from yesterday, but I guess Finn had fun. That's all that matters, other than the fact that we might still lose the Duster to Birdsong. You ready to run?
I'll make up the difference.
Okay, may the furry be with you. Here. You were 148.22.
Okay.
And on your practice lap, you were 150 flat. So I'm timing his practice lap, just like yours. Oh, he's already sportier.
That car works, dude.
He's way more aggressive.
That car works. So he's actually got traction.
Uh-huh. And he's actually a really good dirt track driver. Not his valve springs.
Does not care. Does not care. That is rough.
Interestingly, that was only 156.9. Actually slower than Finnegan's warm-up lap.
What if he doesn't want the car?
Oh, plot twist. Maybe he's just trying to wreck it, and then we have to take it home and deal with it.
Yeah, it sounds like a man who does not care about the motor and doesn't want it in his living room.
What if he's overdriving it for show, as he is prone to do?
Maybe he's just leaving it in first the whole time so it blows up and we have to take it home. Because a DNF is a loss. Unless we change the rules right here, right now.
Which we can do.
Yes.
He's not here.
DNF equals first?
Yeah, okay.
Got it. Oh, man.
That was 152 and change. He's got to pick up 4 seconds to beat you. And he might be. He's at least putting on a better show.
Dude, I'm telling you. First gear when you hate your motor. If you hate your neighbors, you hate your motor, you just leave it in first gear and put your foot to the floor.
It is slowing down. You lose, you keep the car, I'm keeping the engine.
Oh, okay.
And he has to remove it for me.
Okay, that's fair.
Wow, that was 0.3 of a second slower than his last lap. It was another 152. So he's run 156.9, 152.45, 152.75.
Okay, you lose, remove the motor, hand deliver it to David.
Right.
You keep the car.
That's it.
That seems fair. I like this.
I think you blew up the rear end.
Ah, dang it! This thing is so much fun.
I think it stopped moving.
I broke it. I hope it's not a drive shaft. Aha! I didn't break the drive shaft. Win! I didn't break it. The rear end blew up.
I knew it. I forecasted that for like days. So the question is, how do you think you did in your first 3 laps versus the Vette Kart?
It was a lot of RPM, but it was like all wheel spin. So I don't know, through the corners, it kind of stuck pretty good. Like, it surprised me how well it stuck. I would just send it in, it would hit a cushion and just start turning. So I knew I had to just like throw it in harder than slowing down. But I don't know, I'm gonna think Finnegan got me by like 4 seconds.
Nailed it. He went 148, you went 152.
I should take it just because I guessed good.
You lose.
Ah.
But here's how it's gonna play. You still get to keep the car, but you gotta remove the engine and deliver it to me to put in the red Duster at Dulcich's place.
If I won, does that mean I would have got to keep the engine?
Yes.
It's like a win-lose, but it's still win.
No, it's a lose-lose, but I win.
Yeah.
And that's what's important.